This area has caught much ink to flow in terms of history, culture, and the magnificence of its monuments and sumptuous landscapes. The ancient capital occupied a geostrategic territory, so did its monuments. The Royal Mausoleum remains one of the most famous and majestic buildings in Nigeria, but also the most mysterious. It is 18,000 square meters of stones in the shape of a tumulus raised on the top of the Sahel Hills at an altitude of 261 meters on the road leading to Tipaza. 60 meters in diameter, it can be seen from far places with its 32-meter high overlooking the Medija Plain. The architecture of the monument is masterful. It contains a cylinder-shaped part measuring 185 in perimeter and 16-12 meters column crowned with ionic capitals surmounted by a cornice adorned with decorative elements belonging to the Hellenistic world. The Arab conquerors has nicknamed the Royal Mausoleum Tomb of the Christian, perhaps because of the cross-shaped ornamentation that decorates the four false doors. It seems that the only ancient reference to this tomb dates back to the Latin geographer Pomponius Mela in his first book, De Situ Orbis. According to him, its dates of construction dates back to 30 and 40 AD, who qualified it as the tomb of the royal family, which would justify the presence of a Moorish dynasty in the region between the 4th and the 2nd century AD. Yol would then be the city that housed this dynasty. And in 5055, Salah Pasha, who was bearer Bey of the Regency of Algiers, wanted to destroy it, believing it to contain treasures hidden within it. The English traveler Thomas Shaw referred to this shrine, claiming that it was built on a treasure with the church called the Maltapazi, or the Sugarloaf treasure. The entire tomb was built on a 64-meter wide square baseline with a height of 2.50 meters. The building is decorated with 60 ancient Ionic-style columns, each 12 meters long and crowned by a cornice around the cylindrical wall. Also, it includes false doors formed from pieces of stone 7 meters high at the four cardinal points north, south, east, and the west, bordered by a frame and decorated with a cross in the middle of the false axis. On the east side of the tomb, at a distance of 3 meters from the main entrance, a large flat area of 8 meters and 3 meters wide, as well as the flat stones, are exposed. There is no doubt that the role of these ruins is simply funeral, and it is very likely that there is a close relationship with the ceremony of placing the dead or with religious ceremonies. The other part of the structure is the cone. Conical in shape, it consists of 37 steps, each bit of dressed stone and ending at the top with a platform. At the crest of Napoleon III, the first organized excavations aimed at the sanctuary were made by the French Adrien Berberger, inspector of historical monuments and McCarthy between 1865 and 1866. They discovered the main entrance, a narrow 3-foot-long door found broken, opening into a sliding sandstone slab which was closed with two carved stones, placed one behind the other. However, the tomb was found empty of all funerary furniture following looting. When we cross a narrow, the floor is tiled and the roof is built with large stones. The first corridor is extended by a large room 5 meters long, 2.50 meters wide, and 3 meters high. The corridor is nicknamed the Lion Hall. It is so called because it shows a lion and a lioness carved in relief above the access to the interior corridor. After this room, there is a second narrow corridor ending with a ladder of 7 steps. After the ascent, we reach a spiral vaulted gallery with a length of 150 meters, a height of 2.50 meters, and a width of 2 meters. The gallery is turned from right to left. On equal dimensions, there are 52 quarter circle shaped niches carved along the walls. The round gallery ends in a third corridor. This corridor leads to a rectangular room. Its walls and floors were built with the carved stone, and its roof structure is semicircular. Finally, we enter the fourth corridor. This corridor leads to a large rectangular chamber. Its walls and floor were built of a hewn stone, and its roof shaped like a bowl. On the walls of this room were three niches formed in a semicircle. The Royal Mausoleum was registered in 1982 in the World Heritage of Tipaza. This historic monument hides many mysteries. There is another mausoleum in Algeria at Batna, in east of Algeria, whose architecture is similar to the Royal Mausoleum called the Madrasa. Juba II, the king of the Roman province of Mauritania, was among the most cultivated men of his time, and his wife, Cleopatra Selene, devoted herself to her people, who loved her, even revered her. The first wife of King Juba II was an African princess, daughter of the seventh Cleopatra, Queen of Egypt. It is from the relationship of this great queen with Marcus Antonius that Cleopatra Selene was born around 40 AD, the day of the great solar eclipse. The princess was brought up at the imperial court, and it was the same Octavia who raised her future husband. Juba II was 18 to 19 when the Egyptian princess arrived in Rome. His marriage to Cleopatra Selene took place between 19 and 20 AD. This is a bronze coin from Juba II with a crocodile behind, the symbol of the land of the Egyptians, and the writing Queen Cleopatra in Greek. And this is another bronze coin engraved in Greek, Queen Cleopatra. Cleopatra the Mauritanian was a mythical figure, and Selene greatly influenced the king, playing a crucial role in the construction of the kingdom and the capital, contributing to political, economic, social, and religious life. At the start of 5 AD, Selene died very early at the age of 35, coinciding with the lunar eclipse that day. Mystery.